Hey, what's going on? It's Comfy Hour and the Comfy Zone for comfy people. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing all right.
How you doing, Trev? So, we got story this time. Everyone knew it was coming.
Ugh.
But first...
Oh my god, why did I come?
Yep. We even told you. Like, you knew it was happening.
Parker
Dude, look at Cloud's
is
hair.
specifically late for this reason.
He is. He'll show up an hour and a half from now and be like, oh, huh?
Wow, can't believe it. Yeah?
Well, I mean, is there anything preventing me from going over the computer and booting up HOM and just playing while,
Yeah, we're freaking, recording, and all we're gonna hear the entire time is click, 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 click.
Spencer, computers can do two things at once, and you know what? We can have audio editing. Trevor will do that, as he does with each video.
Yeah, I do it a lot.
So the live stream is gushing up, and Parker is here to see the best part in the game. We thought you were gonna just be like, "Oh, I'm
we started
late,"
like 45 seconds ago. Oh, thank you.
It was on the steps.
but like I could imagine like you would show up like an hour later and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what did I miss? Oh, the live stream part? Oh no!"
Oh, dang, I was definitely gonna come and see that.
By the way, Ultimate Weapon looks incredibly stupid.
Do you mean in that sprite or when you fight him?
I think it looks alright.
I think it looks alright.
I mean,
Especially
in that
for this-
sprite?
Well, I don't know.
Considering.
That's maybe not the best angle.
For the field,
Yeah.
for the field models where they're all like kind of bad, I think that looks decent. And I think it
Looks pretty baller here.
Oh yeah, here it looks,
Uh,
but just the way it was like flying around before is like did not.
Who
look
has?
good.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need to
To
use
me.
magic breath. Wow, that's something.
certainly ultimate weapon.
Luckily,
Dude, boost chop would have took more.
luckily I barely have to fight it. Hopefully.
Oh, so you have 3 limits.
I don't know if I'm gonna use Vincent's because he's the one who has cure, and if he becomes thing, I'm not curing. You
Yeah.
know, so I don't think I am. We're actually gonna do Big Guard. Sorry, fam. And
Good
you're just
idea.
gonna wait. I know, I'm the best. You know what? Lomo.
That was quite some damage
For like literally,
for a swipe.
yeah, for like a literal just random swipe. Yeah, I don't think I have sense on. I'm that person that even if I think it's like a decently easy fight, I'm like, I need to sense this to make sure everything's okay. But so we have Neo Bahamut is going a little bit nuts here. He's about to Bahamut Zero,
When do you
by the
get
way.
Bahamut Zero?
Soon? It's technically the last one before Knights of the Round.
You've had enough time to use Bahamut or Neo Bahamut like twice.
I
Since
know,
you
right?
Got it.
Isn't it amazing that Magic Breath takes like 1 second and takes almost the same? Magic Breath is just really, really good.
Yeah, this game started the thing about summons taking like 10 minutes for their
Yeah.
animation to go.
Certainly did.
I mean, that was the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know what other like.
Oh, that's right. I'm dead. Cool.
Oh no.
You're not dead.
Yeah, you're not dead at all.
Especially since you have Protect and Shell on.
Fly away. Yes, see ya.
Wow.
See ya. Next time I'll fight you, I will be way over leveled. Sorry. But yeah, seriously, enemy skill, literally Magic Breath and Big Guard are really all you need, and you're golden. So stuff's about to happen. There's gonna be some story, just a bit.
I'm standing by my
I
original
like how
assessment.
I like how he pivots.
I just like how Sid is like swearing down the ultimate weapon. He's just like, "You mother effer, don't leave!" And it's like, just let him leave, dude. He was blowing you guys out. Rip.
This part's good because they talk about our live stream, which gives
Yeah.
us time to talk about the live stream. So if you guys are watching live, you know, you're some of the lucky few, because we don't advertise when we go live. and
Yeah.
we also don't
Yeah,
make
we're-
the channel public. So the only way to see it is like very, very select few people. Like today, there's only 4 people viewing the live stream.
Yep.
So
I think the thousands of dollars it costs is worth it, Parker. I mean, all you really... what's that old phrase? You make one person happy and it's worth, like, thousands of dollars.
absolutely,
That's what I thought.
the old saying: you
The
make
old-
one person happy, it's worth thousands of dollars.
Hey, you make one customer happy, it means lots of e-money. Right?
E-bucks.
Right? Right?
What? That's pretty. That's
So the world...
So all those people died. Wasn't there a guy in that hospital?
The world is a vampire, unfortunately.
Nice. Oh, that fall. Look at Cloud. He doesn't even care. He's still sitting.
So the live stream, I like how in this one it makes like the live stream look like an actual like
Stream.
liquid or like a goo kind of thing. Whereas before it was like not super obvious, but this one like they're in a liquid.
Yeah, it seems like if there's a heavy concentration, then it's a liquid. But if it's like light, it can appear to be like a gust. It probably doesn't matter.
I guess it
It's
makes
stupid
sense.
anyway.
Like, so this is the part that they're in right now is like the core of the live stream. So I'm sure that there's
That's where
like,
it's most concentrated.
yeah, I guess it would be like a river. Like if you're in the middle of the river, it's deep. If you're on the side, you might. I don't
Or
know.
it's like a river, and then when you're near a waterfall, it's like all like misty.
Yeah. That's probably a good example. So we're in the live stream, and we're gonna learn some things, folks. We're gonna learn some things about stuff. You're gonna have to forgive me if I kind of like go through the dialogue real quick. We will tell you, for you guys who aren't familiar with FF7, the main stuff that's going on, but the struggle is real. So what we're assuming here, because the game does a pretty good job of like not making stuff like super obvious, at least right away. So you're in the live stream, and the live stream kind of like it's just
unsettling.
it's a goo that can show you anything. I guess it's one of those things where like if you have bad memories, it'll show you the bad ones. If you have good ones, it'll show you good ones. Because it's essentially the spirits of billions of dead people.
The spirits within.
That's the spirits within. So, like, I guess what she was seeing was bad memories from the past, maybe from when Cloud was in Shinra and stuff like that. So we're in this middle part right here, and we have 3 different, you see Cloud is kind of floating up there trying to figure out, like, who he is.
Still seated.
Yeah, and he's like, ugh.
I ever stand.
So he's trying to figure out what he is, and you have these 3 different things that you have to do, and when you do all of them, you find out who you be.
I don't think there's enough cloud on the screen.
Well, there's a specific one. Sorry, speedrun strats. Yeah, that's the one. So, as has been mentioned a million times, 5 years ago, when they were 16 in
Look at that frame rate.
in Nibelheim, yeah. And you gotta look back at when they were, whoa, this is actually really good graphics for this game, to be able to do this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool with the like portal to the other. That's pretty cool.
The second disc is way less long in terms of content than the first disc, but I swear it has more FMVs. There's just like a lot going on. And as has never been mentioned before on this page, that the entirety of the game is located on each disc. It's just the FMVs that are different on each disc. So technically you could beat the game on disc 1, I guess, if you hack it or something. Isn't that just great?
So cool.
2 men from Soldier came. Cloud's like, a puppet on a string. He's like,
Hey, it's that guy.
Hey, who is that? What's that?
Dude,
guy's
stop.
name? Oh.
I don't know who shared it. I saw it on Facebook, and it was pretty funny. Someone had a picture that said, "This is my favorite part about going to conventions," and it was a guy totally dressed 100% as Sephiroth, like ordering at McDonald's. And I've never been to a convention like that, so I imagine that would be like the funniest part. And anyone who works at any like restaurant or anything like near
Right.
where the convention is would be like, "Oh god."
One of the craziest ones is, I guess they treated them really well and had a really good time, so now they have it there every year. But there's like a big furry convention in Pittsburgh, and like all the area restaurants and businesses, there's like photographs of just all these people sitting around in their furry costumes.
like full with the
Full
with the
furry costumes, like at McDonald's or whatever.
with the helmet with the
Well,
helmets,
like I think they have the helmet on like as much as they can, and then when they have to actually eat, they'll take just the hat off. You know what I mean?
you know that's not being dedicated, unfortunately.
Right.
I want to
I mean,
have them.
there's plenty of pictures that look like people legit eating with the like mask on, which is like seems just like such a waste of my time. But like that, but my friend who lives out there said like, you know, was like trying to be, you know, kind of accepting. It was just like, oh yeah, you know, blah blah blah. Like they have this thing over here, and it's so great, and all these people that found each other and stuff. And I'm just like, I guess.
So yeah, I mean, so you said the furries treat everyone well, or everyone treats
Everybody
the
in
furries
the
well?
area treats the
Can we
furries.
talk about not for
Apparently, wherever they used to have it, it was bad. Like there was like some issues with the community, like the local
Makes me
community.
think.
It really makes me think. Okay, so we just found out that, and
Cloud is a furry.
this was very heavily hinted at before.
Wait, Cloud is Red 13. Oh no.
Oh
Not
no!
horrible.
So we just found out that when that scene we just saw where Sephiroth comes in and he's talking to Cloud and he's like, "This is your hometown, right?" We found out that it wasn't Cloud there. That person who came in was a black-haired gentleman and not Cloud. So if I like how they have like 21-year-old Tifa doing the same stuff as the other Tifa, but Cloud looks like he's
Wait,
like
Blue dresses 21-year-old.
no, I guess it's not. This is a while ago. I
Oh.
guess they were like 12 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my bad on that. Because I was like, Cloud does not look 16 here. He's like 10 or whatever. So I wasn't really paying attention. I don't think that was anything major there. They were just talking about like
memories.
they were talking about when they.
That's when it started, where he wanted to be in Shinra and Soldier.
Yeah, so they were going over that again, being like, "Yeah, I want to be in Shinra, blah blah blah. That's my dream. I'm gonna go do it." And they're like, "Why did you want to go to Soldier?" And he's like, "Well, I wanted to get noticed because you didn't look at me. You know, you
Me? Why?
'Cause
you
you're-
saw that cutscene.
because you saw that cutscene. You're like hot, dude, and I was like
there
12,
was
man.
so much jiggling.
Commence the jiggling." So, I mean, it's like, what? Cloud, why would you want me to notice you? No reason.
Wait, me? Little old me
Could you
with her
imagine?
like crop top and tiny shorts.
But also a very, like, literal strong woman, too.
Right. Who, me?
You couldn't mean me. So, yeah, so it was like, why did you go to Soldier? It seemed so, so quick. Because I was a beta. Sorry.
I like that you can control a little. Like, it's like, walk over here and then watch more story. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, we found out that Cloud wanted to join to impress El Tifo, and the person who came to Shinra 5 years ago when the mansion burned down was not Cloud.
Those transitions would be a lot cooler if they didn't have that like 3-second black loading screen. Like if it was seamless, it would be actually pretty awesome.
But you gotta remember, this is a 20-year-old game, man. It's the best game of all time. This and Ocarina of Time. Sometimes I sit there and I go, By the way, speaking of that, so this is when they were, like, young, probably, like, 10 or something like that. Anyway, so, I haven't been to GameFAQs besides to look up, like, very quick random stuff in a long time. Do they still do those character battles or, like, the best game of all time battles and stuff like
I know
that?
that they do still do the best game of all time, but I don't know about character battles.
What was the last one to win it? Is it always, like, the same stuff over and over? Or do sometimes, like, trolls win it?
I remember it was kind of a thing where Undertale just came out and it got to the finals because.
Oh, it won.
Oh,
It won?
Yeah.
I know it was Undertale versus Melee at some point.
Dude, okay, both are terrible. There should have been a rule where it's like no game within the last year that came out. Like, that's just silly.
Why?
What's the word? Recency bias?
Okay, so here's best game ever final bracket results. Chrono Trigger made it all the way through to the end.
And won.
Well, no, it lost to Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh my goodness.
Was that 20? When?
I just searched best game ever, and like this bracket came up. I don't know if there's a timestamp.
Yeah, if there's no Undertale there, then it's not the newest one.
Yeah, no, there is.
Okay.
There's 2 brackets, I guess. So there's the divisional final was that Smash Bros. So then Final Fantasy VII beat out Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy III. If, for those at home.
Oh my god, he'll never. This meme will never die.
So Final Fantasy VII beat Final Fantasy III, and then Undertale beat Pokemon Red Blue, and then
That was the final. Oh. My.
and then
No.
these are like
these are
divisions.
divisionals. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking at this now too.
Then Division 4 is Skyrim lost to Super Mario 64,
Rightfully
and in
so.
Division 5's Ocarina of Time beat Symphony of the Night,
That's a tough one.
and then Division 6 Link to the Past beat Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask.
Dude,
The
some
game
good
that
side
everyone
games.
hated when it came out.
That's
Division
not even fair.
Division 7 Super Mario RPG beat out Resident Evil 4.
Dude, that's actually a really good one. That's
I
one
don't-
that I actually like a matchup.
I don't know if I agree with the result, but I like the matchup.
Both are
in theory.
fantastic.
Division 8 came down to Metal Gear Solid, lost to Metal Gear Solid 3.
Ew.
Very interesting. Anyway. And then the quarterfinal round, or then
Wait,
the,
people like MGS3 now?
People always have
MGS3
watched
was
it.
always good.
Huh.
So then the
Well,
final
director, the second.
Yeah, but
version.
when you have to say that only
Subsistence.
subsistence counts, then it doesn't count. Unless you say MGS3 subsistence.
This
Yeah.
is the camera thing.
So then the
Vanilla
final.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, good.
I mean, we're still talking
No,
about
go ahead.
MGS3. It makes sense.
Just go ahead.
I was about to say.
No, go ahead.
Alright.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was waiting. I don't know why Spencer kept interrupting you.
Anyway, the quarterfinals.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm already have it up. All right, so then Smash Bros. Melee beat Final Fantasy VII. Undertale beat Super Mario 64. Ocarina of Time beat Link to the Past. Super Mario RPG
Wrong.
beat MGS3.
Wrong.
And then the semifinal, Melee versus Undertale. Undertale won. Ocarina of Time versus RPG. Mario RPG. Ocarina won. Then the final round, Undertale versus Ocarina of Time. Guess who won?
Undertale.
You got it.
Ah.
bro.
So we just found out something that's pretty key. Back when they were kids, Tifa's mom died, and for some reason Tifa, she said, "I want to go see mom." Maybe they bury their people at the mountain. They went to that dangerous ass mountain where there were a million different bad guys, and she fell. And Cloud fell too, and the guys that rescued her was like, "Cloud, what did you do?" Even though Cloud kind of followed them. You know what I mean? It wasn't Cloud's idea. So then Cloud was got this complex where he's like, "I gotta be able to save Tifa." And then he's like, "Well, I gotta join Soldier to be strong to save Tifa. But I'm too beta to just be like, hey Tifa, I like you and junk." So Cloud's putting himself together. He's figuring it all out. We're gonna go up here. The truth is right there. Is the truth out there? Or is it right there? That's one of my new... It's I guess it's not really a new meme. Dude, look at Tifa right now. It looks... Oh, man. Her eyes were, very, It looked like just, dots. It was, a very old school kind of, anime where they have... Sorry, okay, whatever. Never mind. The end. See ya.
So,
Yep.
a couple of things of note from this bracket. In the first round, Minecraft lost to Halo Combat Evolved.
Good.
Pretty
I mean,
great.
at least
in the
Halo's a
very
game.
first round.
I like that. I think that's well done.
That's
there.
Now,
odd.
here's
I
a
thought
bad
Minecraft
first
goes so
round.
far.
Here's a bad first round matchup. Mario Galaxy 2 loses to Mass Effect.
Ugh.
Get out of my face with that.
And, wait, the first Mass Effect? It's not even... The first
Yeah.
Mass Effect is, the worst of all of them. That's being
Super Mario Brothers
Mass
3
Effect 1's
beat-
the best of the three, honestly. I mean, I still don't like any of them, but Mass Effect 1 is the only one with a good story.
I wonder if they had KOTOR.
Yeah, they
So
do.
you found out. So
Super
this
Mario-
is actually really really big. So you found out that Zack was the guy
Which is
that
the black hair guy.
yes that came in with Sephiroth to Nibelheim, and So essentially, Cloud was imagining that he was Zack the whole time. So everything you saw before
Gotcha.
was Zack. Now, so he remembered that. He remembered that Zack was thrown out and stuff like that.
But the thing inside the chamber where he confronted him, it happened, but he immediately got thrown out.
But he immediately got thrown out. Right. So Cloud grabs, obviously,
Oh,
Zack's
that's
sword.
Cloud.
And Cloud was, if you remember back to the very beginning, and I think they're about to show it, Cloud was the guy standing outside the reactor in the Shinra mask that was, like, not allowing her in. So this wasn't really Cloud's sword. Cloud was just so mad about the whole thing that he does things to Sephiroth. And things. And he slashes him, and Genova's still a weird-looking dragon in the background.
So angry. My sword disappeared.
Da, 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 da. And it was Cloud
What?
the whole time. So he was in Shinra, but he didn't make it to first class. He ended up just being a grunt. And I forget if they show you, but he was there like all the time. Now, if you remember, when you went for the walk, it's kind of funny. You had 2 or 3 soldiers, and one of them, remember on that bridge that collapsed, like one of them fell. So it wasn't Cloud. Whoever the other guy was, rip. But Cloud like survived somehow and landed with them. Cloud was also one of the guys, if you remember the very beginning of the Calm flashback, was inside the here we go. Was inside the car when they were going. He was the one that was not feeling super good.
Oh.
So, pretty cool reveal. And then he remembers, everything as Zack. Now, another thing to mention real quick is when you're in Gongaga, the place with the ruined reactor, there's that family that's like, my son was in Soldier, and he has the look in your eyes. Their son was Zack. And you're going to find out what happens to Zack in a future cutscene.
That is very hidden.
Very hidden. I actually forget what you have to do,
It
but
is
we will.
extremely hidden.
We will do it. I think you just have to enter. What do you have to do?
I don't remember exactly, but
Trev, can you actually-
easily miss it?
Can you actually look that up real quick? If I can get to it now, I'll do it after
Say it.
this.
What is?
I don't think you can get to it.
Hidden. Just look up Hidden Mansion cutscene FF7. There's something you have to do to get it. It's very hidden, or otherwise you would have no idea what happened to Zack. It's not like you have to do it. So again, Zack was still, he survived the Sephiroth encounter there, but it was Cloud who saved Tifa and all that good stuff. So this